Hello, everybody, and welcome to video 92 of Putting Out the Trash. Give me a minute, I have to open everything up. Come on, where is it? Oh, ew. Oh, God, it's heavy. What is this wood? Why do you have wood here? What is it from? Also, it is heavier than I thought it would be. Okay. So I don't have a ton to talk about, but I'm going to keep blabbing on about stuff happening, which isn't a lot now. But you know what? I am gonna try to talk about some stuff. Yeah. Oh jeez, that one was the most. That one was one of the heaviest ones I've done in a while. Yeah, usually they aren't actually that hard to move because they are like on wheels. And oh god, how am I? No, do I have to plate this? I can't plate boxes. I was never taught how to do that. The tape on it. Oh, that tape forever. You know what? You have to be put in here. You know what? That's not my department. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a knife and start cutting up boxes. Yeah. I would if I had the desire to do it, I guess. But yeah. I'm probably gonna talk about the Ace Attorney video I filmed yesterday. There were a bit of issues with it, and I kind of want to talk about those. So yeah, but you probably take out all the trash before I talk about anything of the sort. First of all, I think maybe this also does need to go out. And oh my god, you see the blue one that is overflowing or overfilling? Yeah, we haven't taken that one out last week because remember that one time I told I said on video that I kind of want to bring those to a recycling center so I could get paid for blaming them. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. My parents watched these videos, so obviously they heard me, and they were like, "Okay, sure." And I'm pretty sure that's everything. So basically, I don't think I have to. God, there are flies everywhere, and one just landed on my leg. So that's gross. But as I was saying, my parents watched these videos, and they heard me talk about recycling the cans, and they agreed to that. So yeah, probably sometime next week, maybe we're gonna bring those to a center, maybe. I should probably look up how to do that. Probably Google something like how to make money bringing cans to a place. And, just try to find a nearby place that would, pay us to bring them. So, yeah. I don't really know how we're gonna get all the cans there. Probably gonna have to put those in a tar. That's probably why I couldn't do this on my own. Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably look that up sometime. But okay. So besides that, about yesterday. Okay, so the first thing I do every morning on a Saturday is I get up and I film the Ace Attorney video. And if you watch a lot of these videos, or enough of them, you probably get how much pride I have in that. And, okay, so I woke up, and, I woke up pretty late because, well, I've been waking up pretty late. every day now. I really need to get a handle on that, and I will. I'll figure it out. But anyway, my point is that yeah. Oh, that was a bird. My point is that I should what was it? Oh, I forgot. Oh yeah, that I woke up late, and then I I started to film the video, but then I heard mom calling me. Well, I didn't hear her calling me. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I was filming the video, and every time somebody calls you on your phone while you're filming the video with it, the phone will always have the message, um, recording will end, recording will be stopped until phone call ends. And the message, it says. So I was like, oh, mom must be calling me. And I went outside, but then dad was outside and he said, nobody calling you. So I thought I was going crazy. But apparently, mom didn't tell me. I must have just because I didn't actually see the message. I just saw a blip, and when you do it, every time I have to go off camera to use the bathroom or to answer my mom's calls. I have to basically cut that out of the video in the editing process, which that just adds more work. It's way easier to just not have to edit a lot, and that's why I really liked it when I don't have to use the bathroom at all. Stuff like that. It makes it easier. But yeah. So anyway, the point is that I thought I heard my mom call. Turns out I was wrong. So after I used the bathroom, I got back on camera and I kept going. And then a couple minutes later, maybe 10 or 20 minutes later, I heard somebody say Matthew. Or I think I heard somebody say Matthew. So I'm really annoyed. But yeah, I put a piece of sticky tape over the camera, and then I leave my room. I go downstairs, and my mom and dad are sitting at the table, and I looked at them, and then I asked Mom, did you tell me? And she says, no. And you know what? I do sometimes hear things when they don't, when it didn't actually happen. So yeah. But then, guess what? Dad makes a joke about it. He says, man, you're hearing things. You're going crazy. Stuff like that. And, that actually pretty well annoyed me because, whenever I have to go off camera, what I do is I put a sticky note over the camera lens. The point of that is so that in the editing process, I can easily identify when I tainted a plate, and I can cut that part out. Cutting out a bad piece of meat or something. And that's it's not hard, but you don't want to do that a lot. Oh, I didn't play my dough faster than the car. So yeah. That was pretty annoying. And I had already done it 2 times in that one recording session. So, yeah, that's why I was mad, Mom, Dad, if you're watching this video, because I didn't appreciate hearing things that weren't actually there. And, I can't blame you guys for me hearing things. But what I can be upset about is your response to it. Mostly to Dad. Mom didn't really have a lot to do with it, yeah. But, I basically had to break the recording into 3 parts. The first part went until the to be continued settling. So basically, from the start of the taste until the to be continued settling. And then I recorded a second part after the to be continued settling. But then that got cut off because of Mom. She asked me what I wanted to eat for dinner. In the end, we got pizza. And yeah, I recorded the last part after I ate the pizza. And I think I finished editing it at around 12 or 10 p.m. So yeah, no, I finished it by the end of Saturday, yeah. Oh, it was hard. But yeah, no, I did it. I really hope that last week doesn't have any more close calls, because it's a lot better if I finish the Ace Attorney video in the morning, and then I just have the rest of the day to do whatever. It is so much better that way, let me say that. So yeah, I totally hope that happens that time. I should really be going to bed earlier on Friday, so that I can I can wake up earlier and do the video earlier. That kind of thing. But yeah. You guys are probably sick about hearing about the Ace Attorney videos though, right? Are you probably talking about something else? Well, I told you I got Little Caesar's pizza. Just a normal pepperoni with crazy puffs. I'm gonna be honest, the crazy puffs are really good. Okay, now here's the way I eat Little Caesars. Okay, so first, you eat a slice of pizza, okay? And then, 1 minute, there was a car coming by. First, you eat a slice of pizza. Then you eat a breadstick dip. And then you eat a crazy puff. And then you rotate back to the pizza. That way you're kind of eating everything equally. Of course, you probably have a lot more pizza than you do crazy puffs. So, I don't know, maybe you want to save the crazy puffs for the end, because those things are good, guys. They're like the old biscuit of bread, cheese, and pepperonis. They are great. But yeah. So I wanna actually tell you something my mom does. Okay, so this morning, Mom told me into her room, and she said, "Hey, Matthew, we're going to the water store." And I was like, okay. And now, a water store is basically a place where you can buy water, or you can pay to fill up water jugs, okay? I think it was called like alcoholic or something. But anyway, the only reason I agreed to go with her to like a water store or the grocery store is because I know almost for certain that after we go to the water store, we're gonna go eat somewhere. I yeah, that's why I go with my mom to the water store. I know that sounds selfish, but I'm not selfish. I'm just self-ish. You know? Oh wait, that does sound bad. Okay, well anyway, yeah, that's why I go. But I actually want to tell you about what happened after we got the food. So we were driving back home, and mom told me that we should go see a movie together called Mama or Mom or whatever. It was some variation of Mama. And I said, "Oh, I don't want to go." And I asked her, "What is it about?" And she said, "That's not important. You're just gonna go with me." And I was like, "No, I don't like movies. I'm not a movie person." And yeah, eventually I asked her, "Is it a horror movie?" Because you know, I don't hate a lot of movie genres. I mean, well, okay, I haven't seen enough movies to say that, but I do not want to watch a horror movie. I'm just like, I think I get scared very easily, or at least I don't want to have to deal with watching a horror movie. So yeah, I knew that when mom wouldn't tell me anything about the movie, that was almost an assurance that it was a horror movie. And like she said after I asked her that, she said, "I'll get you food after it," or "I'll get you food." And like, I don't like that. I mean, I like food. I like McDonald's and like Chick-fil-A, but I don't like her trying to bribe me with it. So here's another story, okay? It is related, by the way. So, okay, so a while ago, mom said, "Hey, Matthew, do you want to go to church?" And I said, "No, not really." And then she said, "I'll get you food after it." And I thought about it. Was church worth, was McDonald's or food, was food worth going to church? And I was thinking about it. Because church is, I'm going to be honest, kind of boring to me. So I thought about it. Is it worth sitting there for at least an hour or two just to get food after it? And I thought about it. And my brain was telling me just how bored I would be sitting there. Because the last time I was in a church, I fell asleep. It was a funeral, and not good, but still, I was, I was tired. I was tired. But anyway, my point is that I didn't like how she tried to buy me with food so I could go to church or so that I could go to the movie theater. Because it almost works. And that's the uncomfortable part. It almost works. But yet you can't bribe me to watch a horror movie. Because that's just too darn scary to be worth it. Kind of the same deal with church, but not scary. Yeah. So yeah, I really don't like these food-based bribes she does. They're just like really not comfortable. Because it's almost worth it, but it's just like the worth just isn't there at some point. Like, I was okay doing this because, I could help go to a water store to fill out Oh, hello. Yeah, to fill up some water jugs. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is wait, what am I not okay with? I'm not okay with spending like time doing this or that because I'm okay going to the grocery store and helping you. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. But yeah, so that is something my mom just does, you know. So I guess you guys know how to make me do errands if we ever meet. Just like offer to buy me food afterwards. Does this retorting make me sound bad? I mean, I already retorted it, so can't do much about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about, and all the house is for sale. It's been for sale for like quite a while. Oh, my mom walked me to In and Out one time. Like, um, mom said, "Oh, hey Matthew, are we gonna walk?" And I said, "We haven't even had dinner." And then I said, "Are we gonna walk to McDonald's?" And then she said, "McDonald's is too far." And then I said, "Oh, I'll go any place. I wanna eat there's food. I don't just want to walk to walk. You know, like, kinda, it isn't there for me. If I wanted to walk to nowhere, I would use a treadmill, which we have. So, yeah. I do use the treadmill a lot. Especially when I want to like get my energy out. The treadmill is always there. So, yeah. I think that is all I have to say. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!